back in the Indian Peaks Wilderness, starting at Camp Dick. Well, you can either hike from this point, or you can drive past this. If you can drive past this, you can cut off a couple of miles. The rest of us, we're walking. This area has some notorious experiences for us. It's kind of funny. We always seem to get up here and just before sunrise, we'll sit in the car now. We won't even start this trail in the dark because it always seems to be bear activity in the dark when we get here. So we always wait for it to be light. Or if we're driving on the road coming into Camp Dick, for some reason a moose always seems to jump out in front of us and stand on the road, and they just kind of, if you ever notice how a moose can kind of look at you with a silly grin sometimes. You know, so this area has a history with us. We keep coming back. It's one of the coldest places you can camp in the summer. Probably one of the coldest spots for sure. You know, if you're hot and you want somewhere cool, come to Camp Dick if you just want to do like a car camping. All right, let's get on down the trail. You know, Snack Box, we know you're watching this. You think you got issues. Trader Joe's just seems to make it harder and harder. They got the cheddar rockets today, and later on I'm gonna have the little mini peanut butter crackers. So yeah, you think you have issues. Trader Joe's just makes it really tough on us. Too many snacks. Getting close to the halfway point. About the time this trail enters into a big meadow, you can see Buchanan Pass, the Sawtooth, and the trail split should be coming up to Buchanan Pass, St Vrain Glaciers, and as well a trail split to St Vrain Mountain. Equally a nice place to go. You can kind of see the head wall of the valley back through the trees there. We're making miles. This is a great destination in and of itself if you're just out for a day hike. Just hiking up to this little meadow here is really nice. Grand views. You got Buchanan Pass straight in front of us. Sawtooth. Went up and over that last summer on the Pawnee Buchanan Loop. So check that video out, Indian Peaks Wilderness. That is an amazing 1-2 day, even a 3 day if you really wanted to. There's so much to see on that trail. All right, big milestone here. That 4x4 road that we started out on at Camp Dick basically comes out here. And most four-wheel drive vehicles would park across the creek there. Beautiful area. We're going to continue up towards St Vrain Glaciers. Here we go. I would definitely say that's a lesser traveled trail. Now, there's other ways to get to St Vrain. We've never come this direction before. Doesn't look like too many people come back this way. Even this trail is not overly traveled, so it should be really quiet. Wow. Just wow. Every trail we've been on has a favorite place. I haven't even finished this one, much less been to camp or the glaciers, and it's just wow. This is one hell of a meadow, and that's all there is to say. Basically, just before the Red Deer Lake cutoff, that would take you obviously over to Red Deer Lake, but as well will take you over to the Buchanan Pass trail for the second time. And this meadow is just phenomenal. There's cold air pumping through here too. I'm half tempted to put my coat back on. Darn near see my breath, but man, unreal. So Red Deer Lake, you would go to the left and cross over this bridge. It's probably a mile and a half, 2 miles from here. Not too bad at all, really. You know, this, thinking about Buchanan Pass and doing the Pawnee Buchanan Loop, you know, I might want to even come this way. And they're both really cool. But wow, if you park at Camp Dick, you know, coming up this way and heading over to Buchanan Pass from the second connector here where Red Deer Lake is, would probably be really neat. Alright, here we go. Smaller, thinner trail heading off into the unknown. St Vrain Glaciers, here we come. There's a trail in here somewhere. This trail has been interesting. Kind of fades in and out here and there. Gets real thin and small, and went through several little meadows of just tall grasses, and you just barely make out the trail. And now we're going through this boulder field. I see a couple cairns here and there, so we'll just follow those. Tricky on the footing. Looks like we're heading for a creek crossing here. Kind of following the cairns across the boulder field. There appears to be a trail on the other side of the creek there. Wow, this is I promise, there's a trail here somewhere. Maybe. Yeah, that was fun. Kind of lost the trail there for a little bit. I remember reading a trail description. If you lose the trail, just follow along with the creek, which is always close to the trail. So I just kind of stuck with the creek and the trail just kind of reappeared. But it's definitely kind of overgrown and less traveled in here. Wow. This was more or less created by a log jam. All of a sudden you have a shallow lake. Ah, this is just amazing. It is almost time to start scouting out campsites. The glaciers are all above tree line, so we'll leave that to after a campsite. Little exploration right now, trying to find a place to call home, and there's already been several opportunities. I'm just walking, see what we can find. Well, we have found camp for the night. The trail is right down there. I walked up on this little bluff, set up camp over here, away from the trail. Not that anybody's on this trail, but we're gonna call this home for the night. Say the views are okay from camp. The St Vrain Glaciers are just over there. We'll go for a little walk here in a little bit. Go check it out. On the other side, this little bluff we're on, we do have water access, so that's going to help out immensely. Might have to come down here and just soak my feet. So we got plenty of water. Alright, glaciers are still intact and Gibraltar Lake is quiet and sitting hidden in a bowl. Woo! A lot of interesting route finding to get up here. There's sort of no trail. I mean, there is on the map. I was following the GPS and rock cairns here and there. You have to just know where you're going and beeline. You'll get there. Yeah. Gotta head back down through there, all the way back to camp. Here we go. That was definitely a fun trip up to the glaciers and lake. I'm thinking right about now, back to camp and sitting on my butt for a while. Not sure the mileage for the day, but I know camp was like 8 miles, so another mile up and back maybe. Good 10 miles. It's a little faded trail, but also put up a little rock cairn, kind of mark the cutoff to go up to the camp. Ooh, I think maybe some kind of lunch. Definitely some chilling out. Just relax for the rest of the day. Whew. Here we are. Home sweet home.
You know, I know most of you can't relate to when you're
Chilling out.
Friends of yours.
Clouds are rolling in. Hopefully we'll get some cooler weather here because the sun's been really intense. But, you know, I'm just going to chill out. Catching up on some podcasts. That's probably what you're hearing in the background. So it's, you know, let's just relax. Let's enjoy this for what it is.
Does the Torah, in its definition for happiness, command us to be happy, instruct us to be happy, or is it just an option?
I took a little nap in the tent, and it started getting really warm. The afternoon sun was just beating down on me, so I had to get out of there. Now I'm out here with the mosquitoes. They're really bad this year. I don't know what's going on. I'm sitting over here just above the creek I've been getting water out of, and there's a nice breeze coming through here, so it's keeping the mosquitoes off of me. I'm cooling off. Not a bad view, I'll tell you that. It'd be nice if those clouds would come over and just kind of cool things off for a while, at least a couple hours. It's really funny. I mean, you're sitting here at 11,000 feet and you'd think, oh, it's not hot up there, but you know, the sun is really intense in Colorado, so yes, it is hot. And I'm sitting here in the shade and it feels great, but you know, in the sun, no, you're baking. So it's always good to find some shade. Well, that's how you roll a large street. Just a little evening walk. Alright, getting a little light here. As soon as we can see the trail, we'll start walking out of here. Remember yesterday, sometimes that trail just kind of got elusive and disappeared, so I kind of want to see where I'm going. Well, that was a crazy night. I don't know if the camera picked it up. I tried to get it, but there was just some, I don't know, the sky was just flashing all night long. I think there were some storms off to the east of here, and it just was lighting up the sky all night long. It's so bizarre. Stayed pretty darn warm in the tent here. It's pretty cold this morning, that's for sure. I'm thinking coffee, breakfast, and by then maybe a little light, and we're out of here. Great campsite. Definitely gonna remember this one. Note to self: when drinking cold coffee, make sure the coffee is all broken down in the water before you take a swig and, well, you know, you get a mouthful of mud. Starting to lose the ceiling here. Like that weather's starting to move in now. All blue skies have gone away. Time to make some tracks. It's amazing. There's a lot of trails you can get on and start moving, hiking, day hiking. And, you know, they just feel like trails. I mean, they're beautiful, don't get me wrong. They're gorgeous. But seldom do you come across a trail that feels wild. I mean, it still just retains all the qualities of wilderness. It's just, you know, there's nobody out here. I haven't seen anybody. I've seen a few deer, seen all kinds of bear scat, moose scat, but you know, this one's still wild. It still retains all those properties of wanting to get out in the backcountry and just get away. You know, there's a lot of trails that are just, you know, day hiking trails. You can't do that. You know, they're well groomed. You know, and that's a good thing. It really is, you know. But every once in a while, you went out on one of these trails, it just makes you feel like you're gone. You're out there. And this is one of them, no doubt. Great trail. Enjoyed this one. That ceiling's starting to come down on me now. Not too much further to the trailhead. See if we can do this without getting wet. The clouds are sitting right on top of the trees. All right. Great trail. Highly recommended. I'd say that was good timing. Things are starting to get a little moist out here.